Am I on? Am I on? Salute, salute. What's going on with y'all? Yeah, I know I haven't really been doing live topics on here in a minute, but I see this going on in the media. I covered this a couple of times. I was really rooting for the Black Love, Papoose, Remy Ma, but that's not what I'm here to talk about exclusively. But the question is it worth it? Love and marriage, is it worth it? Tiara, salute. Oh yeah, let me give these wrenches out. Hold on. Wait, let me bring up this page over here. 1 second, 1 second. Moderator. Here we go. After your interview, if you still. Oh, you got an interview? Oh, man. All right, Tiara. My bad, my bad. I didn't realize. But, yeah, as I said, I got to start doing more content over here on the Sirius page. Salute to the members. I appreciate y'all for bearing with me. I know I don't get on here as much. I got you, Tiara. I got you. Rich Martinez, salute. What's going on, my Taurus brother? Yeah, so the question is it worth it? The whole Papoose situation. He held down Remy while she was incarcerated. But that's kind of rare for a man to do that. But you got females, you got ladies who do that all the time, and is it a little more difficult for a man? And, I would think so, but like I said, I'm a man. I'm not a female, so I can't speak for that. But Nito, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate you, Rich Martinez. So yeah, it got me to thinking. Papoose did all of this. He held Remy down, and look what's going on social media. Laundry is being aired, dirty laundry being aired out. Um, it's just family secrets. It's just ridiculous. Me personally, I don't think relationships should be on social media in the public eye. Um, I think that should be kept, off of these type of platforms. Only facts, salute. Wait, let me give Only Facts a wrench. So, I'm not really with the celebrity gossip and all of that type of stuff. I was doing it over here, but I'm not, I'll entertain it because, people like to see things like that. But it's all about the mission and the message for me. So what could we learn from these things is the question. What could we learn from these things? And me personally, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure some successful relationships and marriages out there, but as far as on here on social media, I haven't seen many, especially when it comes to celebrities and stuff like that. And maybe we don't see those things because it's not promoted as much as the drama. But like I said, I was really rooting for these two. Kind of gave me hope, But seeing this, man, oh man, seeing this, Juice salute. In a way, is happening. Is like, do did Remy have any respect for this man, or did she lose respect for this man? The way she's talking about this man. And as far as Papoose, him putting it out on social media, I mean, he didn't really initiate it. He said he did it because, she was talking about him as a father, his kids and stuff like that. It's just is a mess, man. Ain't nothing right. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. But does marriage really work? And are people getting married out of convenience or for love? It's hard. It's very hard to tell these days, and you never know. How somebody really feels until they upset at you, or till the relationship is over and stuff like that. So for somebody like me, I don't know, man. From the outside looking in, it may look one way, but from the inside looking out another way. And people speak about their relationships and marriages, being what it is happy. Some people speak against it. I guess it depends on the situation. When he called her in his house, it was over. I hear that, Juice. I hear that. I mean, when you love somebody or you in love with somebody, I don't know. Maybe you tolerate certain things. I don't know. I can't, Some people say they would do this and they would do that, but when you're in a situation, you never know what you're going to do. Crazy. I only know this celebrity because of YouTube. Yeah, I hear that. I most definitely think people should keep these things off of YouTube. I most definitely think that. Bobby Ramos, salute to all the members. Yeah, I had to take everybody wrenches and give them back because some people are no longer members. But salute to all the members: Bobby Ramos, Only Facts, Tiara. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Bobby Ramos. Appreciate you. Yep. So I said, let me get up on here. I haven't been on here for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying my best to do more lives over here. I appreciate y'all patience. I appreciate the support. You cheat, it's over. I hear that. I hear that, Juicy. I hear that. Thank you, Bobby Ramos. Appreciate it. I hear that. You know, everything, everybody relationship is different. You know, like I said, people may feel one way, and then, you know, once they end the situation, is a whole different thing. You know, but I definitely get it. I definitely get it. I'm not mad at you. You should not tolerate anyone cheating, lying, especially if, you know, if y'all in a relationship or in love or whatever have you. Only Facts, appreciate you, Only Facts. July 17th is my anniversary. Okay, Bobby Ramos, how long have you been if you don't mind me asking? How long have you been married and stuff like that? Another reason, you know, I stopped going live over here, you know, they tried to take my monetization. You know, as I was saying before, you know, you have some haters out there and things of that nature, but you know, I got everything back up to par, but I'm not sure why they tried to demonetize me exactly. So, you know, I'm more careful about what I, you know, the content I use and what I post stuff. It will be 29 years. Wow. 29 years. Congratulations. So I can ask you, was it worth it? Was it worth it? 29 years or even maybe more of dedicated to, you know, one person, one man. Was it worth it? Do you feel like you missed out on anything? If you had to do it all over again, would you do it? Yeah, these are things I think about. It was worth it. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Especially nowadays, you know, a lot of people don't not only not do they get married, do they stay married? Especially in today's time. Some people don't even believe in marriage and stuff like that. But I was always a believer in those type of things, you know, love and marriage. But I'm more about, you know, being married for love, not for convenience or, you know, things like that. 3 daughters, 11 grandchildren. Wow, wow. God bless. God bless. I've been with the same man since 15 years old. Married since 26. 10 years. Okay, okay, Juice. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Would you do it all over again? It was worth it. And when you married, it was worth it. And you marry your boyfriend. Okay, okay. Not wrong with that. Congratulations. See, we need more stories like that. We need more examples like that. 15 years old. So do you feel like you missed out on anything? Do you feel like you missed out on anything in life? or you'll do it all over again if you had the choice? I wonder how Papoose feel. I wonder if Papoose would do it all over again if he had the choice. Remy, I don't know. You know, when she was incarcerated, I know having somebody out there, you know, holding you down. You know, I don't know if any other man would do that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't know if I could do that. Um, but you never know what you could do. You know, in the name of love. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. My bad. My bad. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, man. But I mean, I guess it turned out so far so good for Papoose. You know, he found love. You know, success. You know, as far as Remy, I mean, if she's happy, I guess you know she found love. I guess you know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in these people's business. People get married too fast. Marriage is going to solve all their problems. That is true. That is true, Juice. Some people do get married. Some people be together for years. They get married and they get divorced or separated real quick. Like, so that's true. That's true. Yeah, I be trying to come up with topics for this page. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, so you know, I'll be trying to put some stuff together, see how it goes. Now listen, all you know, my members, my mods, we ain't having no foolishness over here. No, none of the you know, the immature, childish behavior. Y'all know. We ain't doing that over here. My parents got divorced after 40 years. Wow. What you think? What you think? What you think happened? What you think they was waiting for y'all to become adults, or they just grew apart after 40 years? Wow. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine being with somebody for 40 years. That's longer than you know. They probably was apart. That's probably longer than they was in their parents' house. Oh wow, my condolences. They live together. So why did they get divorced if they still live together? Well, I ain't trying to get all in your business, Bobby Ramos. You don't have to answer that. I was just thinking out loud. I'll get, I don't have nothing against marriage and all that, but divorce, I don't know. Divorce, I don't know. It's crazy. Okay. That is wild. So if you don't mind me asking, when they got divorced, how old was they, and was they seeing other people? Like, did they start seeing other people, and how old was they? Some people stay together for the kids. I left because of the kids. I didn't want my kids to think that life was. Oh, okay. I understand that. Only facts. I understand that. But I mean, once you reach a certain age, and you still live together, I don't know. Should you get divorced? I don't know. Everybody's different. Pamela, salute. What's going on, Pam? The topic, Pamela, is love and marriage worth it? If you had it to do all over again, would you do it all over again? If you had the choice to do it all over again, would you do it all over again? They were in their 60s, but my dad would run around with the. Oh no, Bobby Ray. Oh Lord. Listen. I don't listen. I ain't listen. If I when I'm in my 60s, if I still got it, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. Pamela says she will do it all over again. Listen, if I still got it, I'm gonna use it. Pop was a Rolling Stone. I'm done. Not a Rolling Stone. He was a lover, not a fighter. Well, if you don't mind me asking, was he doing this before the divorce, or just when it after the divorce? Like, was maybe that's the reason? Maybe that was the reason. I don't know. But after all of that time, if he been doing it, I don't see why. But 40 years, I don't know. Being with somebody 40 years, I don't even know. I don't know how that would feel. I don't even think I've been with myself for 40 years. Let's see. I moved out when I was 18. Nope. I don't even think I've been with myself for 40 years. 32 years. Wow. Congratulations. Oh, okay, Bobby Ramos. Maybe Ma Dukes got tired of it. She said, you know what? Maybe that was more like a statement, you know. Or maybe, she gave him a ultimatum and he couldn't do it. I don't know. But me, if I'm married, I'm not trying to be a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, especially, all praises to the Most High. I'm married under God. Uh, I'm too honest. I think I'm too honest. I would, yeah, I'm too honest. I wouldn't want to lie. I would never want to lie to my wife. You know, I'm like that with friends. I feel like if I'm going to be loyal and a stand up friend, to to a man, pause, you know, if this is my wife and we married, this is my best friend. So I'm gonna be even more loyal and, you know, honest and stand up. But everybody don't see it like that. Some females are more loyal and honest with their friends or their best friend, and some males are too, than with their you know, husband or wife. We've been through everything, right? Right. Cheating for me makes it over. I hear that, Pamela. I hear that. I hear that. So can't be honest with Pamela. that's some of the reasons, you know, men are not honest, because, you know, they don't want to lose the woman, you know, they're in love with, or, you know, because, you know, their hormones and stuff, you know. But me, I have to take the chance. I'm honesty and loyalty, you know, is everything for me. Because, you know, I would want that same, you know, I would want that same thing. Let me know. You know, I'd rather know, you know, then you can have the choice to do what you got to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't want to lose my wife, but I wouldn't want to be with my wife if I'm like living a lie, you know? So, you know, peace is everything. I understand that. I will never look at you the same. I mean, how could you, after something like that, how could you look at somebody the same after something like that? But like I said, me personally, I wouldn't want nobody else, you know, having this secret or whatever, running around knowing this secret, and, you know, my wife is running around, you know, you know, looking crazy out there. You feel me? So if somebody would come up to her and try to, you know, tell her, she already know. I already told her, you know, stuff like that. Because it ain't nothing worse than finding out from somebody else that the person that you love, you know, is being secretive and lying to you and stuff about, you know, things like that. Remy been cheating. That's what they say. See, me personally, you know, that's why it's hard for me. You know, it's hard to be in a relationship with me, because some women say I'm too honest. They say I'm too honest. They're like, you ain't have to tell me. You know, they don't tell me I shouldn't have told them that, but they tell me in like a certain type of way. You know, you shouldn't be in a serious relationship. Yeah, yeah, it's true. But, you know, things happen. You know, people get caught in moments of weakness, and, you know, some people get caught up in you know, the magic, the so-called magic. I would do it over 100 times over with my. Okay, Rich Martinez. You know, us Tauruses is loyal. You know, if us Tauruses fall in love for real, we are very loyal. Listen, I've been the other man plenty of times. I've been the other man plenty of times, man, and, you know, things happen. But, you know, women, I don't know. Maybe women are better at hiding it, or they better at resisting it. I don't know which one is true. But, you know, for us men, you know, sometimes, you know, you know, the lust is strong. It's just, it is not no excuse. That's no excuse. I'm not making excuses. But sometimes women, sometimes women don't sometimes women don't feel like, being intimate, as much as men, or from what I could see, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe y'all be doing something, y'all got some type of toys or magic trick or something like that. But us men, you know, Honda, salute. What is not true, Honda? What is not true? That comes with the package. I mean, sometimes, in the beginning, y'all women, y'all do stuff to get the man, and then later on, after the marriage, now y'all don't feel like being intimate, and a man, feels like he got the urge, he needs to get that, So and things like that, how do you navigate through things like that? Do your man what you tell him to put an ice pack on it? Oh, it goes both ways. Okay, okay, Honda. Okay. So how do y'all women? Okay, so how do y'all women? Why do women, tell men, they not in the mood? Like men don't really say they not in the mood, really. And if they do, sometimes, women think, the man was doing something, because the ice pack works. Oh no, not the ice pack. Me personally as a man, right? When you young and you don't have a woman and you have to resort to certain things, to get that urge taken care of. When you in your mind, you like, when I find a woman, I'm not gonna have to do these things anymore because this is what I got my woman for. But then if you find yourself still doing that, and you have a woman right there, it's like, you can't go nowhere else, you can't, you know. What you gonna do? The ice pack. After a while, the ice pack ain't gonna work. What y'all ladies do? Y'all put an ice pack on it? Y'all ladies? Sometimes people get too comfortable in a relationship and stop pleasing their partner. That's when it right. I hear that, Honda. So Honda, how do you keep it spicy? If you don't mind me asking. I don't want to get into your business. But how do you keep it spicy? Like sometimes, you may not feel, as how you did in the beginning. Pamela, you agree? Pamela, how do y'all keep it spicy? Oh, it's a secret. All right. I get it. Keep those secrets. I get it. But I hope I find me a wife with some secrets like that. But those type of secrets, I'm good. I'm good with those type of secrets. Cause me personally, I needs to I needs to find someone who can keep up with me, you know. You never stop dating. Okay. Something right there. Never stop dating. Okay, Honda. Okay. You said you was taken already? Okay. I'm just joking. Just joking, Honda. Can't expose the super freak. Okay, listen. I ain't getting into y'all business. Whatever, however y'all make it work. Yeah, both have the same goals. Always. Wait. We both have the same goal, and woman is always first. Okay, Pamela, listen. That ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business. 15 years? Okay. 15 years in. That's congratulations. That's not bad. 15 years. Wow. And this is with the same person, huh? This is I should get y'all deserve some type of award or something. Listen, y'all deserve some type of award. Y'all never stepped. Well, y'all ain't gonna tell me if y'all ever stepped out or something like that. Y'all ain't never gonna tell me that. But the same person, 15 years, 40 years, 30 years, 29 years. Sheesh. I can't explain it to you. You just know. Well, I hope, I'll find that. All praises to the Most High. Because I've been told, I've been, I've been in little relationships and stuff like that. And I've been told, give me I have to give it a break. Give her a break and all that. Like a break. I'm active. It start out good. Start out good. And then, the break thing starts coming in. So ladies, do y'all, well, I don't want to get in your business, but are y'all with, active men, men that's always ready, always wanting, or, y'all men is pretty um, disciplined. Disciplined, should I say? I'm the flirty one. Okay. Why step out if your man got the okay, I get it. If the wind blows. Well, that's me, Pamela. That's me. that's me. If the wind blows, that is right. No discipline. So what do y'all ladies do? How do y'all? I can't. Oh, y'all. That's your secrets, right? Listen, man. I'm gonna have to get y'all numbers and pass it on to the ladies that I be messing with. Y'all got to listen. Y'all don't have to let me know, but y'all got to let them know what's the secret to when the wind blows. You know what I'm saying? No discipline. That's my middle name. That's my middle name. I throw a temper tantrum. I'll pout. I act like a little kid. I ain't gonna even lie. They be like, you acting like a big baby. Listen, that's right. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm Puerto Rican spicy in my DNA. I hear that. I think it's a Taurus thing, Rich. The bedroom bully. Uh-oh, my boo is in the building. What's going on, my boo? Okay, a quickie. And listen, I'm with the quickies. Pamela, I'm with the quickies, whatever. I'll take anything, Especially if I'm trying to be loyal. Like, if I'm inside a committed relationship, listen, a quickie, whatever you got, let me get it. Whatever you got is like a drug. Whatever let me get it. But, if I'm not, listen, I'm going to go find something else, I'm going to go find something else. I'm sorry. But if I'm in a committed relationship, if I'm married and stuff like that, listen, a quickie, whatever you got. I'm down with 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. That's not bad. In the shower before work. Okay. I see why y'all ladies been I see why y'all man stuck around so long. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That sound real good. I hope y'all not listen. I hope y'all not trying to gas me up. Some of y'all ladies be saying these things. Some of y'all ladies be saying it. I done heard it all. I done heard ladies tell me, "Oh no, morning, noon, and night." I'll be saying stuff like, because I'm very honest, so I have these conversations, and the ladies be telling me, "Oh no, nah, if you with me." If you with me, you'll never, I'm always gonna. And I'm like, oh, for real? But, sometimes, they haven't encountered someone like me. Private Holler is always ready for war. Private Holler is always at a 10 hook. You got to help Private Holler to be at ease. Wake you up from your sleep. That sound, y'all gassing me now. Juice can't wake you up from your sleep. Man, some of y'all ladies is angry in your sleep. We ain't trying to wake you up. It sound good. I don't know. Listen, I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you at all. Yeah, the little poke, you know what I'm saying? Just lift the leg up. Oh, I forgot where I'm at. Oh, yeah, yes, this is my serious channel. Welcome. My name is Hollow over here. KT is good. Some people may call me Bees. Appreciate the sub, my boo. See, I ain't always running around with the foolishness, Okay, Pamela. Okay. Pamela, I see why. Listen, Pamela. Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing, Pamela. Pamela, you keep doing what you're doing. Hold on for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on for 1 second. I'll be right back. My bad, my bad. We are back. We are back. Gio, what's going on, Gio? Uh-oh, Ming, what's going on, Ming? Salute, salute. We got another member in the building. Hold on, let me rinse you up. Salute to all the members. Salute to all the members. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, okay, ladies. Okay, I'm learning some stuff here. I'm learning some stuff. I'm gonna start adding some of these things to my repertoire when I'm courting females. I'm gonna start adding some of these things to my repertoire. Oh yeah, let me get the hold on, let me get the link for the members only. Hold on. All right, hit that link pin to the top of the chat if you want to join the members only. iPhone users, hit the post link. Also, iPhone users, what's the difference? Only facts. You have to stop and build trust, love, loyalty, all that stuff. Maybe you just be meant to be. Serial data? Oh no. Not a serial data. Rich Martinez, salute, appreciate you, my brother. Not a serial data. I was on the other channel, like where? Oh yep. I ain't want to put that chat on because people will start calling me the other name, and it won't be their fault because they're in that page. So that's why I turned the chat off over there. But I know everybody over there don't know about over here, so. Seem like I get bored with one person. I don't think I get bored with one person, Pamela. I think what it is like I said, I'm very, very active. Like I need I needs my fix. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's overwhelming. I'll say that. And I don't blame the female and all that. Maybe just haven't met the right female who can keep up with me. Aaron, salute to the members. Another member, Aaron, appreciate you. So I think that's it. In the beginning, it's it's cool, I even had females say it's all right for me to go out and sow my wild oats. So I've been in relationships like that, but after a while, you know, jealousy starts to come in. Oh no, I understand that. I've been in that situation, Pamela. I just don't like to put my business on social media, but I've been through some stuff. I've been through some stuff. I say this, I actually found my soulmate. I found the right woman and all that, but it's a whole different story, but I still needs my fix. I still needs my fix. Yeah. Yeah, but is it worth it? That fix. I mean, from everybody inside the chat, happily married for some years now, they all said it's worth it, ladies and gentlemen. You know? So I got some people in the chat, keep hope alive. Because listen, I was really rooting for Papoose and Remy, black love, love in general, love in marriage. You know what I'm saying? I was really rooting for that. I'm old school. I believe in that. I ain't no chicken head. Any females I deal with, I've known for years. Uh, but it just ain't work. It just couldn't work out. Like in a relationship type thing. Like I said, man, I'm a great friend with benefits and all. But when it comes to like relationships, I'm a whole different type of person. You know, I'm done. Juice scares off the chain. A free spirit. I mean, I guess we could call it that. Free spirit. I guess we could call it that. I'm sorry, but I'm a really super fan, so she could never do wrong. Aaron, that's besides the Lord. That's besides the point. You talking about this don't got nothing to do with being a super fan. I'm talking about is it worth it to fall in love and get married? Is it worth it? Do you think it was worth it for Papoose? Remy, do you think it was worth it? Do you think they wasted their time? They could have, did something. I mean, they got a daughter out of it. You feel what I'm saying? That's a blessing. But do you think they could have did other things and been with other people and stuff like that? I mean, these are hypotheticals. These are hypotheticals for people who haven't, taken that leap. Like Bobby Ramos said, after 40 years, her parents got divorced after 40 years. But that I guess the man couldn't stop because that could be me. But I'm not a cheat. I'm not gonna be a cheater. But I'll tell you this. I would be I'm going what they Mr. Grumpy Pants. That would be Mr. Grumpy Pants. I tell you that. My uncle did after 46 years. Lord, 46 years. So, Pamela, whose fault was it in that one? Pamela, whose fault was it in that one? That's why you don't get married soon. So how long you think you should wait? How long you think you should wait before you get married? He was dating 30 years. Oh, it was him? It was him again. But I'm saying why, why were these men out there doing what they was doing? Was the woman keeping, you know, was the woman not satisfying? Like what's the I mean, sometimes us men, some of us men, be out there. And it be women out there too, but I'm not a woman, so I don't really speak for women. But us men, some of us men, we can't help it. We can't help it. Chilling with love, salute. But like I said, I ain't gonna be lying and cheating. I can't stay with somebody and I'm cheating and I can't do that. Do I think it's worth it? I don't know. This is what I'm trying to find out, Aaron. That's what I'm trying to find out. I gotta speak to people who experience. I would think it should be worth it, if true love in marriage, but it's a gamble, right? I mean, I guess true love in marriage would be worth it, but what if it's after you find out it's not true? I don't know. I don't know. It's difficult. I think a lot. I like to learn from situations and people before I make decisions. So, but I guess you really can't help it, right? Who you fall in love with. I think it's worth it, but I don't believe in divorce. So yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on, Aaron. You sound like me. I ain't with the divorce either. That's why I'm be careful who you get married to, because you do know that people do fall out of love, right? You could meet somebody else and fall head over heels for them, and somebody gonna get hurt. I mean, that could chilling. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that stuff can't happen. I'm not saying that stuff can't happen. But if you fall in love with, that's why I feel like you got to get to know a person before you did you really fall in love with that person, or like for better, for worse, for sick, for through everything. I don't know. That's why I be careful. I gotta be careful about falling in love and stuff like that. And if you fall in love with somebody who ain't in love with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I guess you could fall out of love. You know what I'm saying? I never really fell out of love before. But I guess that could happen. Love or lust. Yeah, those, I know the difference between, lust is the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. Like, lust is my problem. Like, now I'm not, like I said, I'm not no cheater and all. Like, if I'm married in a committed relationship, but I will be horny. I tell you that much. Ming replace girl with to people. What? What's going on here? Most of these girls today is not worth it. Oh no. Listen, only facts. Mig is entitled to his opinion. Maybe some of y'all might feel like most of these men ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Only facts feel like most of the people ain't worth it. You know, everybody, is entitled to their own opinion. I think I'll go. I think I'm with only facts on that one, man. But listen, everybody's entitled to your opinion. Oh, the dynamics. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you said how many years? Listen, that's a lot of years. That's a lot of years. It's not by Pamela. It's not by choice. It's not my choice. That's not my choice. Listen, like I told you, I've been dealing with females I deal with is I've been dealing with for years. But they can't keep up with me. So, we couldn't really I don't got I don't got a bunch of F buddies there. Pamela. I ain't no chicken head now. Pamela. Pamela, I ain't no chicken head. All right, y'all family. All right, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. I almost forgot where I was. Marriage turned into a trend. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is just a question. Is it worth it? Me, like I said, I don't know. I'm still was it worth it for them? No. Well, I can't say no. You got to ask them that. But as far as I can see, it might not have been worth it for Remy and Papoose. I don't know. Is it worth it for you? I don't know. Now, is it worth it for me? I've never, been through something like that. But if I did, I would hope it would be worth it. You know what I'm saying? I'm more on the worth it side than not on the worth it side, but I don't know how I might feel after 40 years, 20 years, I don't know how I might feel about that. 25 years? Sheesh. Okay, chilling. Listen, you not any love chilling. You just chilling. You put it all out there. You put it all out there. Listen. I mean, at least you honest. Some people is in relationships and they act like everything is all good and it's not. You know what I'm saying? So at least you honest. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Geo said it's worth it. Not Team Papoose. No. I'm just using them as an example. I'm just using Papoose and Remy as an example. Bobby Johnson, salute. What's going on? Big Jersey in the building. Yeah, I'm just using them as an example. I can't, like I said, I can't really tell what's going on in people's, lives and all that. Only they know that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just using these things as an example, a topic. Because as I said, I haven't been on here in a minute. I got to start coming up with some content, some topics and stuff like that. Salute to the members. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, bearing with me. But okay, chilling. Wow, okay. Listen, I mean, salute. That could not be me. I tell you. So chilling, was it worth it? Chilling, was it worth it? That's the question. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? If you had to do it all over again, would you do it all over again? Jessica, salute. Uh-oh, we got another member in the building. Jessica. Where Chillin' go? Chillin'. You still there? And how long have you been married, Miss Jessica? Just joking. Just joking. I almost forgot where I was. Yes, it was worth it 100%. Well, that gives me more hope. That gives me more hope. Even if it don't work out, it can still be worth it. You know, that's not a bad thing. The children are the biggest accomplishment. I hear that. I hear that. When it's bummed, I'm done. I can't. Lord. I hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards it. Yeah, it's worth it. I mean, if it's love, if it's true love and marriage, I guess it's worth the uh for years now, Jessica. For years. No burn. Dang, juice scan. Okay. Yeah, listen, I had that one coming, Gio. Gio, I had that one coming. I started. I started. Yeah, man. But yeah, I mean, everybody said it's worth it in here. So salute to everybody. Salute to everybody. I think I'm leaning more towards it being worth it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about, Papoose and Remy. I don't know what they would say. But they do got the golden child, right? That's what they call the golden child. So they might feel like it is worth it. With trust. Okay, okay. What advice would you give to black men for women? Oh, that's a good question. Try not to think with your emotions. Now, don't have no emotions, but don't think with your emotions. That would be some advice I would give to black men dealing with black women or any man in general. Now, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it feels not to be black, but I guess all men are the same. I only could try to really speak on, stuff that I could experience myself. That's why I really can't speak on women. I can't speak on certain things, but I could guess, men are pretty much the same. Diamond Shooter, salute. I'm told I take it too far. Listen, y'all women are, listen, Lord, y'all, salute. Now I'm just speaking from my own perspective. But women are very emotional. Some women don't like, when you say that. So that's why I be. But to me, you you say the wrong thing. It's not even the wrong thing. You say it in the wrong tone. If you say it in the wrong, I guess, face expression, it's how you say it. If I thought sometimes you might be saying the right thing, but it's something else. It wasn't what you said. It was something else. Now you're trying to figure it out. So like I said, think logically, fellas. Even though they might get mad and all that. Hopefully, if when they come to their senses, they'll remember what you said was the right thing. Not always, but hey, you never want them to come to their senses and see that what you said was the wrong thing, because you're never, ever, ever going to not hear about it for the rest of your time together. So, fellas, take your emotions out of it. Think logically. No, it's difficult, but yeah, that's what I'll say. To to the fellas. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, fellas? Here's an example. You can say all the right things, but it still doesn't matter what you say, because action speaks louder than words. Okay, be silent. Silent night. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying with y'all ladies? Y'all ladies, I'm silent and that's scary. Action speaks louder than words. Respectfully, ladies, I was talking to the fellas. Y'all see this, fellas? Y'all see this? this is why don't think with your emotions, fellas. Don't do it. You're gonna snap. I tell you, ladies with the emotional stuff, they can sense it. They can sense it. As soon as you start getting emotional, they're gonna go in more. They're gonna be like, man, forget what he said. That little thing I did bothered him. Let's see how far I can take this. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me, fellas. Be careful out there. Fellas, listen. Just be careful out there, man. Think logically. Lord, what a show. What a uh-oh. Okay. Listen, Juice Game. Listen, I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. I was just somebody asked me a question, advice for the fellas, and that's all I was doing. I don't got no problem. Everything good. I don't want no problems. Nope. Not me. Yep. Well, I appreciate y'all for setting me up with that question. I will be answering no more advice for the fellas. That's it. We shut that down. We shut that down. Any other questions, comments? Remy was eating them what? Okay. I don't know what to say to that. I think maybe it's time to go now. But salute. I had a good time. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate all the members, all the supporters. Appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all on the next one. Holla at your boy.